So Liam, you're here today to cover Pompey's game against Blackpool, although it's a different game that we want to talk to you about. The South Coast Derby, the last one at Fratton Park, 1-1. What are your overriding memories of that game?
There's a lot. I mean, just driving to the stadium, trying to get into the stadium because of the mass amount of fans. You know, it was a mad day, and I just remember coming out to warm up. The stadium was nearly full already, and the noise generated throughout the game was deafening. I mean, the manager couldn't even get points across. No one could hear him. You know, on that day, it was just some atmosphere, and we ended on going on to draw the game, which was good because we were 1-0 down. But the scenes when we scored were magnificent.
Corner comes in from Norris. It's bubbling around inside the 18-yard box. There it is, the equaliser for Portsmouth. Appleton celebrates.
And obviously, as you say, the atmosphere is just up that level. What about the preparation ahead of the game? Does that differ in any way for such a big clash?
No, I mean, there's a lot more media coverage on it, but in terms of tactics and how we would work through the week towards the game, it didn't change. We were always very professional in our approach to games, but there is that thing in the back of your mind, you know, throughout the week, how big the game is and how much it means to the area and the supporters, so you don't want to mess it up.
Of course, and you know there must be that little bit inside your brain that knows how big it is. Just in the changing room before the game, which players do you think were most up for it, were most pumped to be out there on the pitch?
I mean, we all were, and you know, me as captain, I had to make sure that everyone was up for it as well. It was my job. I had a close relationship with the manager, and he always said to me, look, make sure before the game you're going round if someone doesn't look right or you don't think they're towing the line, make sure everybody's in line for it. So on that day, and throughout the whole time I was there, really, the lads were good. We had a good group of lads, and they were on it that day. I didn't play very well. I was absolutely rubbish that day. Ended up getting dragged off, so I didn't have a great day. But yeah, we didn't lose the game, and I think it's 14 years now we've not lost in the derby. So I hope that continues.
You might be being a little bit harsh on yourself there with how you played, but you did come off it in the second half. What was it like watching from the sidelines on?
It was tough. I mean, I was stood up with the manager through most of it when I got subbed. You know, we was all on edge, and then Wardy goes and scores in the last few minutes. So, like I said, the scenes were incredible, and you know, I'll never forget that day. That's for sure.
And the goal came so late on that it was one of those where it almost felt a little bit like a win rather than a draw. Did that sort of give you a boost for the rest of the season, or at least for the rest of that month or so?
Yeah, well, them games they can have that effect. You know, Pompey have not started great so far this season, but things can soon turn around, and games like that can be a catalyst. You know, if Southampton come to town and Pompey turn them over, you know, it could be that little catalyst everybody needs to push on and start getting back up the league.
And it seems a long time ago since that 1-1 draw that you played in, and also the 2-2 at St Mary's. Do you think having such a big gap between when they last played each other, that's going to sort of intensify things even more?
I think it could do. I think that's a good question. I think you could have hit the nail on the head. I think because it's been such a while, and you know, Pompey have been in such a transition period since then. I think it's going to be electric. I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it's an evening kick-off as well. So there might have been 1 or 2 beers consumed throughout the day. So I hope everybody behaves and they go and enjoy the game, because it's going to be a very special occasion.
And just finally, you know, we hope that you still keep an eye out for Pompey's results. How are you planning on watching the game?
I'll have to watch it on the TV, I think. I don't think I'll be able to get down there. It's too far from where I'm based, but I'll certainly be watching it, that's for sure.
Thanks very much for your time, Liam. We really appreciate it. Thank you.